everybody. So I'm going to talk about a problem I've been facing recently. I feel like I'm a little low, I'm going to move up a bit. Basically, I have got binge eating disorder. I read Brain Over Binge a few months ago, and it was a massive transformation in my life. I managed to kick the habit. I was really happy. I went for quite a few months without binging. And then recently, things started to get bad again. I started off, I was having dessert with every meal, which I know some people do, but I feel like it was heading in a bad direction for me. I was feeling guilty every time I ate, literally. I was trying intuitive eating, but every time I ate, I'd sometimes feel full after one or two bites, and then if I continued to eat the rest of my meal, I'd feel really guilty and horrid, and I'd just feel disgusted with myself. But then if I didn't eat the rest of the meal, I'd feel like I was restricting. I felt when I was leading myself to anorexia. My weight was decreasing week on week. I wasn't weighing myself. I could see I was getting really, really skinny. In a way I was happy, but then again I felt like I was too skinny. It was just too much for me to take. And then I had a few kind of near binges, I'll call them mini binges, where I'd have maybe another bit of cake or quite a few biscuits as dessert, and I just feel a bit shit about doing it. And then along came my birthday. I'd read a lot of stuff about how we should try and remove the guilt from eating. I've been trying to apply this at my birthday. I had a cake party, and everyone brought a different cake. And the week building up, I was saying, oh, I'll have 2 pieces of cake, that'll be me done. So at my birthday I had 2 pieces, and then I was like, that cake was good. I'm gonna get me some more. And I was eating and eating for hours and hours on end. But I didn't feel as guilty on this occasion. Then, in the last few weeks, I'd been having some bad, problems with my stomach. I was feeling full really quickly. I was feeling really bloated. I was quite full. So I went to the doctors. I had some tests, and the doctor was like, you need to give up spices. You need to give up fat. No alcohol. No caffeine. So that was quite restrictive. And then I had a test done, an ultrasound, and then the doctor was like, everything looks okay, this could be a functional issue, you should give up gluten. And I was manically searching on the internet, and I was like, I need to give up lactose, I need to give up tomatoes. I was reading so much about all these different things I've had to give up. So I gave up gluten. I tried to give up lactose, but I was less strict with that. I was trying not to eat spice and fried foods my doctor suggested. So I was really limited in what I was eating. I'm still not eating gluten right now, just to see if I did have a gluten issue. But regardless, I was giving up all these things. And then a few days ago, so I was still continuing to have desserts. I was buying these white chocolate spread. I was having it on bread and brioche. I was making American biscuits every couple of days, and I'd have them for desserts, for breakfast. And I was eating all this food as dessert, and it was going okay, but I was thinking, I'm having quite a lot of dessert. Is this normal? I was feeling a bit guilty about it. I was feeling down. And then last week, I was having dessert, and I was like, this is quite nice. And then I had some more dessert, and more, and more. So I had about 4 portions of dessert, and I was like, whoa, this isn't what I want to be doing. was like, oh my gosh, I've binged. I was trying to remain calm. Then dinner time came along and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to eat whatever I want and not feel guilt. So I just ate and ate and ate. I ate so much different food. I was like, I'm not feeling guilt, this isn't a binge. And the next day, I'd had like a big breakfast for lunch. I was binging again. I was eating like a whole packet of cookies. And then I had like this big jar of peanuts, so just raw peanuts, no salt, no anything. And I just dipped my hand in. And I just started eating. Then I found some honey, so I was spreading honey on them. I took them to work, and like every few footsteps I took, I'd stop and like dish my hand in. I had like a spoon, I was just eating. Then I was buying lots of like gluten-free food to binge on, like cookies, chocolate. It was kind of like continued for the whole weekend. And then there'd be like periods where I'd feel guilty, periods I felt really shit about myself. So it was quite it was really messing with my head, and I was like, shit, the binging's back. So that kind of carried on over the weekend. So I guess you could say I've relapsed. But you know, they say having a relapse doesn't negate all the work I've done in the last few months. So I'm going to give it another shot. I'm going to try and reread Brain Over Binge, and I've been watching loads of YouTube videos of people who have given up binge eating. I was watching loads last night and I found it quite inspirational. I just think food is such an important part of my life. I give it way too much importance. Sorry, I'm losing my voice here. Just give it way too much importance, and I need to just relax around it. And also, like, part of the issue was my throat has gone really weird. I was like eating before I started binging again. I was never sure how much to eat for my portions, because I'd say, should I have dessert? Should I eat one potato, two potato? How many slices of potato? Can I have a condiment with this? Should I have 2 condiments? Is 2 condiments constituting a binge? How big should my portions be? My head was just a complete head fuck. So yeah, now I'm going to try and give this another shot, and I'm sure I can do this. Peace out, people. Mwah.